Hi everyone, Sean Baldwin with Secure Cyber, and this is your weekly cyber update. There's a lot in the cybersecurity news this week, so let's get right to it. The first article is the Los Angeles County courts fell victim to a ransomware attack. The Los Angeles County Superior Court District is the largest trial court in the country, with 36 courthouse locations located throughout the county. In 2022, well over 1 million cases were filed with the court, and 2,200 jury trials were conducted. Now, there's a lot of discussion about this particular case on how the county courts responded to the ransomware attack. There's a lot of discussion right now about how well they performed. I think they were only down for about 19 days, but there's a lot that we don't know. We don't know what cybersecurity technology the court was using. We also don't have any idea right now if there was a ransom paid or not. Just based on the article and kind of reading what happened to them, it seems like they had a pretty good response plan, and they were able to recover fairly quickly. Next up is Fortinet last week reported that they had fallen victim to an attack on a third-party network. Fortinet, which is one of the largest cybersecurity providers in the world, reported last week through an 8K filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission that there was an incident involving a third-party storage location. In this case, I think it was Azure SharePoint is how it was described. This apparently happened in their Asia Pacific part of the network, and apparently there was some customer data, there was some acquisition information, and a unprotected, for some reason, third-party storage location. The hacker in this case ended up dumping the information to an Azure S3 bucket, and there was some analysis of the data that was inside there, and surely enough, there was some customer information. Fortinet is reporting that 0.3% of their customer base was impacted. Now, they didn't actually give the 0.3% number of how many 0.3% of what was not given. So we don't know if that was 2,000 customers or 20,000 customers. So just wanted to report that everybody knows that we're a provider and a partner with Fortinet. But we're certainly holding them accountable here and are following up as needed. Next up, Adobe reported last week that there was a zero-day attack for Adobe Reader with a proof of concept exploit actually in the wild. Now, it's important that we bring this article up. People are probably saying, why in the world did you bring up another Adobe article? It was patch week. Yeah, but I bring this up to just say, make sure that your patching cycle is up to date. Make sure that you're patching often. In this particular case, this is a third-party patch. So we know that a lot of organizations have their patching down from a Microsoft perspective, even if you've just got it on autopilot. However, a lot of the third-party patching can fall by the wayside. So this is just an encouragement to make sure that you have all the appropriate things set up to patch third parties. Catalog those third-party softwares, and then, of course, staying in touch with the news by watching this channel is a good way to do that to make sure that you're staying on top of third-party patches. Last article we'll cover today, Kawasaki last week reported that they had fallen victim to a ransomware attack. Of course, Kawasaki is best known for motorcycles and those types of things. Allegedly, there's stolen customer data that's included in the ransomware attack. Kawasaki has indicated that majority of their infrastructure was able to be recovered, and they were able to get back up and running fairly quickly. However, if you've purchased a Kawasaki motorcycle or you have done business with Kawasaki, probably a good opportunity for you to keep up with your credit and make sure that nothing nefarious has happened there. However, usually what we find with these types of attacks is that threat actors may not necessarily be using your information to steal your identity. A lot of these attacks end up as phishing attacks. So what could happen is if you've interacted with Kawasaki and you've done business with them and your information was part of the breach, then you could get a really nicely crafted email that looks, very legit to get you to click on something that could then lead to stolen information or somebody luring you to do something that you don't want to do. So that's just one of those things you got to look out for in these types of breaches. Well, that's all we have for today. I appreciate your viewership very much. Remember, like and subscribe and share this content with all of your friends. Also, in the comments, please put some recommendations in there. If there's something that you want to hear about, if you've got a comment on an article, we love to hear those, and I answer them. I'm a little behind. I'm going to get caught up this week on those, and I answer them as much as I possibly can, but we really appreciate your attendance very much. And as everybody knows, I have a sign-off, and if you're not familiar and you were a child of the 80s and you liked Hill Street Blues, this is where this comes from. And hey, let's be careful out there.